and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm so excited for this video. I'm going to be recreating this makeup look, which is by Makeup with Jar. She has a few photos creating this makeup look on her Instagram page, and I really wanted to try and recreate it on myself. So I have put in some green contacts so that my eyes are a similar color to her. If you guys don't know who she is a makeup artist from Sydney, Australia. She is also originally from New Zealand, like myself, so that's kind of cool, fellow Kiwi. But she's honestly such a talented makeup artist, so I really wanted to try and recreate one of her looks on myself. So with that being said, let's get into this video. What I have done is I've just pulled up the photos of Makeup with Jar's makeup look on my Instagram. So this is sort of how I'm going to be taking inspiration and recreating the same makeup look that she's got on. So I am going to just start with a transition shade. So the color that she's using looks to be a slightly warmer tone, like brown for her transition. So I think for my eyeshadow look, I'm going to be using a mixture of two Morphe palettes. So I'm going to be using the 350 and the 352 palette. So I'm going to be mixing some shades from that, and then I might actually use a little bit of this Morphe, what's this called, Artistry palette as well for the neon color on the inner corner. So now I'm going to take a medium brown shade from the 352 palette and just start building a little bit of depth. Alright, and then I'm just going to add some more depth. Okay, so now I'm going to grab a small pencil brush and just really add some further depth into the outer corner. And then I'm just going to diffuse the edges of that using the medium brown shade. Okay, so now in the photo, it looks like she has a slight bit of lighter color on the inner corner, nothing too intense. So I'm going to grab this matte brown shade and just softly press it into the inner corner. Okay, so now I'm just going to clean up underneath the eye. She looks like she's got quite a, yeah, it's quite a sharp line, so I'm just going to clean it up and just sharpen it up a little bit more. Just like that. And it looks like she has done a little bit of a winged liner, nothing too thick. Yeah, just quite a thin line. So I'm going to quickly do the other eye and then we'll move on to the liner. Okay, so I've just finished my other eye off camera. So now we're going to move on to liner and lashes. So I know that Makeup with Jar uses the Inglot gel liner, the black one, number 77, quite a lot. So I also have that, so I'm going to use that one as well today. For mascara, I'm just going to use the Australis Fake It Waterproof Mascara. Alright, for lashes, I'm just going to use a pair that I've been wearing a lot recently. They're from Model Rock, and I have double stacked them. They are the number 249. So I am just going to grab my concealer brush and I'm going to put a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium, and I'm just going to buff it underneath the eyes. So now I'm going to grab a clean pencil brush. I'm going to go in with this dark the darkest brown shade that I used and just buff it underneath, and then we're going to soften the edges of it with the transition color. Now I'm going to grab a really tiny like fluffy brush and my transition shade, and I'm just going to diffuse the edges of that dark brown. Okay, and now I'm going to add a white eyeliner into the waterline just as she has done. So this one is the Soft Kohl Kajal liner by, what brand is this? Rimmel. Okay, so before we finish off the rest of the eyes, I'm gonna just do my skin. I have a little pimple here, so let's just ignore that and pretend it doesn't exist, because that's what I've been trying to do all morning. I'm going to spritz a little bit of this MAC Fix Plus in the shade Gold Light. So it's a little Fix Plus spray that has little iridescent pigments in it. Sounds like a spray can. And for primer, I am going to use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter. Oh, this primer smells so good. So for foundation today, I'm going to use the Hourglass Vanish Stick foundation in the shade Golden Neutral. Okay, I use a lot, don't judge me, okay? Oh, the beauty blender that I'm using to blend out my foundation is by Model Rock. Okay, that looks pretty good. For concealer, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, and I'm going to use the shade Light Medium. And I'm just going to put a tiny bit of the Light Neutral as well. Okay, to cream contour, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Tantour and Bronzer Cream in the shade Light. I love this stuff, it's so creamy. A little bit here. To blend out the cream contour, I'm going to use this big foundation brush from MAC. So now I'm going to set the skin using some translucent powder. So I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Loose Baking Powder, and this is in the shade Pound Cake. And to set the rest of my skin, I'm going to be using the Studio Fix powder in the shade NC35. Now for bronzer and contour, she looks like she's got a bit of warmth, not anything too like crazy. So I'm going to use the MAC Give Me Sun Mineralized Skin Finish. And And I'm actually going to use a little bit of the mineralized skin finish in the shade Gold Deposit. It's got a little bit more of a shimmer to it, but it's still quite warm, just to add a nice sheen to the cheeks, because she does have quite like dewy skin. Okay, and then for contour, I'm going to be using the matte bronzing powder from MAC. For blush, she does look like she has a little bit of a peachy like sheen to the skin, so I'm going to go in with the MAC Extra Dimension blush in the shade Telling Glow, and I'm just going to use this really light fluffy brush to dust it on my cheeks. Okay, and then I'm going to highlight my skin using the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy highlighter. Move on to the signature part of this makeup look, which is the inner corner highlight. So now I'm going to grab a clean pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade Milk from the Morphe Artistry palette, which is just like a pure white, and I'm just going to really highlight the inner corners first. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with, I feel like I don't really have a color that's bright enough, to be honest. I might use the green from the James Charles Morphe palette, just because these ones look a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna mix a little bit of that with this shade Liberation from the Morphe Artistry palette, and just see how that looks. Yeah, that's way too dark. So I'm going to use a slightly smaller brush, and I'm just trying to build up this shade Liberation, just so we can get a little bit more highlight in there. Okay, that's starting to look a little bit better. So I'm going to build this up, which isn't so green now, but once I build it up, I will add a little bit more of the like green shade over it, so it looks a little bit more neon. I'm actually like totally improvising this right now. So her green has a little bit more, it's a little bit more of a neon, so it's got a little bit more yellow in it, and the green that I'm using is like quite green, so I've just put a little bit of the yellow shade in this palette over the top, which just kind of makes it look a little bit closer to her color. And then to lighten it up, I'm putting the shade Milk, which is that pure white, over the top just to brighten it a little bit more. So I think by like mixing these shades together, it's sort of creating more of that neon like inner corner highlight. So now I'm just going to grab a clean fluffy brush and just like dust away all of the like fallout from those shadows. I think that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I think that's probably as close as I'm going to get with the colors that I have. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the lips. So she's just used a really neutral, like matte lip color. So I'm going to use the MAC lip pencil in the shade Strip Down and just line my lips. And for lipstick, I am going to use the shade Peach Stock. This one's from MAC. And so now I am going to set my skin using the Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face Setting Spray. Oh my gosh, I love this makeup look so much. She's honestly so talented. Okay, let me have a look. Compare. as good as it's going to get, but I had so much fun recreating this makeup look on myself. I will leave Makeup with Jar's links for her Instagram and YouTube down below so that you guys can go and check her out. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I do upload videos every Sunday, and with that being said, until my next one, I will see you guys later. Bye!